Yeah, I'm a fake booktuber now. See, y'all cats who follow me on Twitter thought I was lying, thought I was joking. I'm not joking. I mean, I already thought I was a fake booktuber because I rarely do booktube anyway, and I was on a Stevie D Ninja stream, and they were talking about some guy I'd never heard of because I don't watch booktube. And I looked him up, and I was like, oh, these are guys who don't, they do videos like around books, but they're about celebrities. I mean, it's super smart. People don't pay attention to books unless they're like, you know, they have a test. And I mean, I don't have all the tropes, right? I need a bookshelf organized by color and a gaming chair and some bisexual lighting. I need to be about a decade younger. I'm sure I can edit all that in post. Now I can just kick back, do some BS video about whatever, you know, pop culture virus is being spread around the internet and just rake in that Audible money. The logical question should have been, what's the hot button issue? But that's not what I thought. I thought, who's a celebrity that I like, that I want to read something from? And the answer to me is obvious.
Concord this Saturday, Boosie Badass live in concert, bitch.
But it's Disney gone. How you gonna like, bro? You going too far?
I need some stripper poles put in my pool.
Lil Boosie is the only person that I want to hear anything about. He's like the personified id of old heads everywhere. So, right, I go looking for like Boosie's favorite book. I can't find Boosie's favorite book. Then I was looking for things that he had written, right? Had he written anything? And so there is a memoir coming up, September. And also he wrote a foreword to a hood story called Young and Thuggin' by Lord Shabazz Allah. For some reason that has disappeared into thin air. I can't find it. Lucky for me, I looked on Goodreads, and on Goodreads I saw he had a whole bunch of books. And so I just picked one of those books and decided to read one of those. I found the audio book of it actually on Spotify, so I did some immersion reading. So the book that I chose to read for this fake booktube video is Super Bad, The Return of Boosie Badass. Yeah, it is a pretty short read. It's mostly auto-fiction and like a poetic style. I'm not really used to reading poetry, so it's kind of strange. I pretty much can't go too much further without spoiling this book, so just click over here if you would like to skip like what goes on in here and everything, and just get to my introspection portion right near the end, where I spoil more of the book based on how I felt about what happened in the book. I mean, if this is your first time watching Knife and read that, I spoil every book that I read, so get used to that. Starts off Boosie talking about being a real hustler, you know, always being about making money since he was real young. Young Jeezy is also like a co-author in one of these stories, and he had a really interesting portion talking about hustling, staying in the same spot for months, not changing clothes, just really grimy, just getting about money. And they really paint like a very vivid picture. Not so, they don't jam it down your throat the way they write it, but kind of like like I always bring up A Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovic as an example. It's written in such a way that you just know that this person has experienced this in real life, because that kind of granular detail, using so few words to paint so vivid a picture. Yeah, let's see, Boosie's all about money. It costs him about $20,000 to $25,000 to perform his spoken word. So all jokes aside, No Mercy is actually a very good track. A very rough look at gangster life, like, you know, down south production style, kind of like DJ Manny Fresh. You know the vibe I'm going for here. He really likes Levi's. He doesn't like people who are on, you know, BS. He sometimes uses ecstasy to last longer in bed. It works better read, I think, than listen to on the audiobook, because it's just like the way that he talks is weird. He's got a weird drawl, but the words are so poignant. Seems like everyone in Baton Rouge, where he's from Baton Rouge, everyone there's got automatic weapons. A lot of people get shot. It's often said over and over in a lot of these poems. All of his guest authors, they all were counting money before they could read, you know. That's the synopsis of that audiobook by Lil Boosie Badass. I give it 1.5 stars out of 5. I mean, I kind of like these, you know, some of these are kind of cool, but I only like kind of liked it. And I mean, and it was like in a very dark place to be like writing from, reading. That's not like a place in my mind that I want to be all the time. And to be honest, yeah, it is much better to read it than to listen to it, just because it's distracting. And it's not like he rhymes all the time. It's very odd, but just the potency of the powerful, like heartfelt things he says. They're powerful words, but when he says it, they're like performances, you know. Who wants to perform themselves all the time? The background music in the audiobook was also very harsh. There was only one chapter that was produced by the runners for Track and Field Entertainment, the same people who did the I'm So Hood. But it seemed like the entire album could have been done by them. It had the same vibe, the same style, just really harsh. Also, this bit stopped being funny around track 5, and I realized I had to listen to this whole damn album. Maybe being a fake booktuber then isn't worth it. Yeah, I'm only gonna do this maybe 50 more times, then I'm gonna quit. So anyways, that kind of sucked.
You know what the most dangerous thing in America is, right?